Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Joe from Gen Z Investments, and today I'm going to be going over Micron Technology. The reason Micron Technology has so much potential is because of the increasing demand for its memory chips combined with the tight supply and pricing power that it currently possesses. There are plenty of megatrends supporting why the demand for memory chips is going to increase and is currently high. They're seeing a wave of secular headwinds, whether it's 5G phones, increased memory within data centers, and more data centers being built out to cope with increased bandwidth and data traffic, new gaming consoles with the PS5, Nintendo Switches, and Xbox Series X, and autonomous vehicles and electric vehicles. So I'm going to start with 5G. The new 5G phones require 166 more memory than in 4G phones, providing a great growth opportunity from 4G to 5G. And we're only about halfway through the 5G cycle, as Apple just recently announced that they're going to be increasing production by 20%, and we still have 2 more years left of that secular growth trend of new phones and with the upgrade cycle. The 4G to 5G phone upgrade cycle has been the biggest in history, and we're only halfway through there. So that's one really big growth driver for Micron. And Micron is the third or fourth biggest profiter from Apple, so our biggest supplier. So I think it's about 7% of their revenue comes from Apple. Next is new gaming consoles. The increased technological hardware in the PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X has caused for more memory solutions. You need more NAND chips and you need more DRAM chips. It's really that simple. The more complex these consoles get and the higher processing power required for them means more memory. You're going to need to store more memory and have more random access memory. Next, data centers. Data centers require much more memory than they did in the past due to increased data traffic, increased bandwidth. More people are now on the networks. This has been on networks in general, or on social networks, on Google, on email, everything, streaming, right? All of this stuff creates bandwidth. All of this stuff adds to the data traffic, meaning more data centers to process all of this. That means more memory. Next is self-driving cars, autonomous vehicles. These require more memory as well than traditional cars because you have sensors that need memory. You have artificial intelligence that needs memory. You're connected to a whole interconnected 5G network of cars that talk to each other. You need memory. You need flash memory. You need stored memory. You need dynamic memory in order to complete these functions, right? Self-driving cars are pretty much just software. They're software robots with sensors and cameras. And you need memory in order for that to run smoothly. And also electric vehicles, pretty much the same thing here. Electric vehicles are also have autonomy with them and are electric and have more technology in terms of chips, software, artificial intelligence in them, which requires more memory. So the world, pretty much the digitation of the world is requiring more memory. So Micron is really a great play on all types of huge megatrends, whether it's artificial intelligence, data centers, 5G, EVs, AVs, gaming consoles, right? All these things. Micron is a play on all of them. And they have the most advanced memory chips. They had a partnership with Intel creating the 3D X-Point SSDs, and they actually had to back out of a deal with Intel. Intel's a huge company, blue chip company, and Micron had to back out because they were putting more spending in R&D. Their chips were closer to the bleeding edge by two whole generations than Intel. So they had the best chips. They have the best supply chain, even in a chip shortage, and there's massive demand for memory. So the chip shortage, right? Like I said, the massive demand for all of these trends has caused a chip shortage. So pretty much the chip shortage is proof in the pudding that these trends require a lot of memory. Because there's memory chips, semiconductor chips, all types of chips in shortage, in need. And this actually gives Micron a favorable pricing environment. The tight supply, combined with the massive demand for the chips, allows the NAND and DRAM markets to increase in price and give Micron pricing power. Memory is a commodity, so it's going to work like that. The prices are going to increase, decrease, depending on supply and demand, and they're going to have pricing power in situations like this. So now now we're in a stage of Micron has all of these positive trends pushing demand up for their chips, and there's a shortage, and they have pricing power. So that's all of that is a combination of higher earnings, higher cash flows, higher appreciation in the share price. Memory is cyclical. Memory goes up, goes down, and it's really a supply and demand trade. This chart here shows huge increases right? 484% increase, 520% increase in its last two major demand run-up cycles. So far, we are close to 100% increase on this cycle. So there's still a lot of time left. These secular trends that I was talking about still have years left of growth. So I think that memory as a whole is going to go through a longer phase. You can see here, right? From 2012 to 2014, it had its run-up. 2016 to 2018 had its run-up. 2 years run-ups. I believe this year, or this cycle, is going to be at least 5 to 7 years due to the increased demand and all these megatrends that are going to continue throughout the later ends of this decade. So I think the cyclicality of Micron is currently suppressing its share price in 2021. I think people are scared that its run is over because they don't understand these megatrends that are going to continue throughout the year, as well as in their last earnings report, they increased CapEx by $200 million, and people are scared that they're going to overbuild out their supply chain. But people do not understand that this demand is not cyclical. It's not temporary. It's going to stay. And I think the reason that we can kind of see proof that these trends are here to stay and that they've caused tremendous growth already is in the financials, right? 5G's mobile unit, which is, providing the memory chips for the 5G phones, has increased 31% from this quarter last year to $2 billion in sales. So that's massive. That is massive sales number. And then their embedded unit, which includes their industrial and automotive markets, also had a really good quarter, which is I feel like the electric vehicle and autonomous vehicles and industrials is kind of its smallest growing market, at least for the next year. And it's still having great quarter, putting up 64% year-over-year growth at $1 billion in revenue. And all of this growth in their units has represented 116% year-over-year growth on the bottom line, on the net income, at $1.74 billion. So this is an extremely profitable company with a bunch of growing markets, and the growth is going to continue because of the supply and demand aspects we talked about. Its PE is currently at 20. Its EBITDA is expected to go to $20 billion by August 2022. So the growth here is tremendous. I mean, I do not understand why in 2021 its shares have lagged. So I really think this is just providing us an opportunity to buy undervalued shares of Micron. So this is not financial advice, purely educational, but I think there is a lot of things pointing towards share appreciation for Micron. But please do your own research. Please research these megatrends. I can make videos talking about why 5G, data centers, gaming centers, EVs, AVs, all these things are growing trends and why memory is required for them. I can get technical about it. But yeah, not financial advice, just educational. Do your research, but it's definitely looking like Micron share appreciation. Full disclosure, this is actually my biggest stock. I have 13% allocation to the stock. I bought it at $48. I think we're definitely going to hit 200 in the next 5 years. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And I think what I presented here today kind of supports my opinions. So, yep, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and comment whatever videos you want me to see next. I can go more in depth about Micron, other stuff, whatever you guys want. So, thank you guys.